So hello everyone and welcome to the final event of the EdTech Hackathon 2021. What an exciting time to be alive, you can ask. For the last time, warm greetings from headquarters of the Hackathon in Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania. And allow me to briefly remind you on why, who, and how are we doing here today. We all know global pandemic brought disruption to many industries, but on our point of view, education was the industry that suffered the most. In Lithuania alone, 1/3 of the students had impaired results in distance learning. More than 1,000 of teachers consider leaving their occupation. At the same time, changing lifestyle and growing demand towards the digital solutions open up new horizons for the new opportunities. Can these solutions be a part of a sustainable development future? Can together we shape the future of education? Vilnius University Business School teamed up with Western Union Lithuania to welcome you to the unique educational technology event, EdTech Hackathon 2021, to solve hybrid and blended learning challenges. 20 teams from 13 different locations of the world were working day and night to solve their chosen challenges. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to the final event of the EdTech Hackathon, where we will get to know who will become the winners, who is the best, and who will conquer the throne. Today, the competing teams will be competing for a prize pool of 6,000 euros. First place will get 3,000 euros established by Transcom. Second place will get a prize of 2,000 euros presented to you by the Guidehouse. And the third place, another prize, 1,000 euro, also by the Guidehouse. And we do have an additional prize today presented by the Saulėtekis Valley Science and Technology Park. Of course, the biggest gift for any team is your attention and the chance to continue to develop a world-changing idea. Last thing before we start, on behalf of the organizing team, I'd like to thank our sponsors and partners. Main sponsor of this event is Western Union Lithuania. Also, our sponsors and supporters, Transcom, Guidehouse, City of Vilnius, Vilnius Educational Improvement Center, Sunrise Valley Science and Technology Park, EdTech Lithuania, Startup Lithuania, Vilnius University Tech Hub, and our communication partner, 15 Minutes. Virtual applause for you guys, and thank you for a chance to organize such an event. So, what happened during the EdTech Hackathon week that started on Tuesday? I have a few numbers to share. We had 68 one-to-one sessions, 34 hours of mentorship. We had 17 brilliant, bright-minded mentors. 12 surviving teams reached the final. We also, that's a new thing this year, we had 14 different keynote speeches on very important topics, one panel discussion on the future of work topic, and 2 morning coffee breaks with fireside chats with amazing Eimantas from DigiClasse and Monica from Polytech, the last year's hackathon winner. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's jump to the main part of this event, the final pitches, and allow me to present our honorable jury for this pitch competition. Šarūnas Dignaitis, CEO at EdTech Lithuania, radio show host at LRT. Hello, Šarūnas. Dr. Vladas Lašas, chairman of the board, Lithuanian Business Angel Network, and a very well-known entrepreneur. Vladas, it's a pleasure to have you here today. Also, Vytenis Mockus, the man behind this project, the founder of EdTech Hackathon in Vilnius. Also, Rūta Krasauskienė, director at Nacionalinė švietimo agentūra. And last but not least, Ugnė Kaunaitė, director at Vilnius Educational Improvement Center. The rules of this pitch part are simple: up to 4 minutes for the presentation, followed up by the 5 minutes, up to 5 minutes for the Q&A from the jury. You may ask, so what is important today? What are the evaluation criteria? The jury today will be evaluating each and every team in 5 different criteria. First one is relevance in hybrid blended education. The second one is the feasibility of the solution. Then the impact on society, then the innovation in education, and the last but not least, of course, the progress during the hackathon. Said that, Let's jump straight to the pitch part and let's get to know together who will win the grand prize and becomes the game changers in education. So that I'd like to invite our first pitching team, and it's gonna be Be Bright and the founder, Mantas. Mantas, do you hear me well?
Yes, I do. Greetings.
Are you ready to pitch?
Absolutely.
Okay, so without any further ado, you can start.
Dear jury, I'm Antas, the CEO of Be Bright, a team focused on EdTech solutions. So let's talk about the biggest problem in today's education. Teachers are very busy people. They have too many pupils to work with each individually, and therefore individual needs are not addressed. In fact, 67% of students' needs are never identified in school. In Lithuania, the result is that 15 to 30% of students fail math exam every year. Moreover, each year there are fewer and fewer math teachers, and fewer of them are experts. And overall, more than 2/3 of schools need some kind of help with math and personalization. Also, Dave? Dave? Type it. Okay. Can you see it? Viskas dabar gerai? Okay.
Yes.
Taip, bet dabar aš vis tiek rodysiu. Pakartoju. Matote ar nematote?
You're showing the speaker view. It should be the different option of the slide. Yes, would you like to spend some time figuring out how it should work? Maybe let's have the second team then now.
No, it's okay. We'll get back to it. Sorry guys for the inconvenience. Just don't know what happened here.
Yeah, there everyone. Due to technical hiccups, let's change the order of the teams. And I'd like to invite now the second team to make the best pitch possible. And I'd like to invite on our virtual stage the team Hackaroos and the representative Pingli.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Hackaroos and our product. We are Hackaroos, and today our product, what I want to talk about is languages. Learning another language is an incredible skill to have, opening up so many opportunities, but the journey to mastering a language is difficult and requires practice and a lot more practice. For many people, it's simply too difficult to find an environment where they can improve their conversational skills without having to pay a lot of money for tutors or even the fear of embarrassment. This is where Peer comes in. We offer a peer-to-peer video chatting platform where users can talk to other users of similar skill levels and are facilitated by a powerful AI system. Our system will listen to the conversation, provide prompts when needed, at the end, even conduct a review session with each user to correct the mistakes they may have made during the conversation. The problem we're trying to solve is really relevant to all of us here at Hackaroos, but we know this is also the case with all over the world. The market size for online language platforms was 12 billion in 2019, and it's projected to double by 2027. And then within Europe, almost 100% of the students are learning at least one foreign language. So we think there's so much potential for our product. In terms of competitors, from our research, there are some within the area. The closest competition is probably ELSA, but they lack the peer-to-peer function. So all they do is human to AI interactions. And we think it could be much more natural and flowy if you talk to another person. The customers, we've identified 3 segments that we think have really big potential, both in B2B and B2C areas. Initially, we really want to focus on general learners as it required the least amount of structured content. And we really want to build them into our bread and butter for Peer. We have a pretty simple pricing plan, monthly subscription to begin with, and eventually we may even consider a freemium model with advertising as included when we get up to size, to scale. Now, our product, this is the best bit, guys. So the most important thing that we did during this week was obviously build a product, but also we did some product testing with the potential customers. With our artificial intelligence system still in development, we replaced all the tasks assigned to AI to human intelligence, which was me. And the feedback we received was extremely positive, with the participants noting that everything that human intelligence provided was super helpful, but more importantly, they showed a deep motivation to even continue practicing languages, even though they were both very fluent in English already. And so I think for us, that represents a great long-term LTV for our potential customers. Now I have a quick video. This is kind of how we envision our design. So once you log into the system, you select the language you want to learn. We will do a test or select your levels. And once you begin session, you can choose the types, the topics you want to talk about, and we will connect you to someone else. And during the conversation, we'll give you prompts and questions. At the end, we tell you how to do a good job, and then we conduct a review session. So now, I think this is a live demo of our video, of our platform.
Bing, you have 30 seconds left for your pitch.
I is very good at English. How are you, friend?
So that was just to show the video chatting system that we built. We're including the language processing as well towards the end. And now our team, Batatas, Adomas, me, and Monica, we have super diverse backgrounds, but we have one thing in common, and we're just passionate about solving this problem. And today, we would really like to ask for some investment, 50,000 euros for 10% of our company. So if anyone's interested, please reach out to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bing, for launching our pitch competition. It's not easy to be the first one. Dear jury, now I turn to you. Do we have questions for the team named Hackaroos? Who would like to start? Maybe Sharunas, you? No? No, I see you.
Ready. This is Vladas Lashas asking, thank you for the presentation. I think there is a huge need for language learning tools, and EdTech can help a lot. Could you please to focus more about the competition, exactly peer-to-peer concept, because you mentioned only the other ways, competitors, known competitors, but not using peer-to-peer.
Yeah, so if I understand your question correctly, we just want to talk about the other competitors in this field right now, right?
Yes, I saw well-known companies, but they are not using peer-to-peer, and there are a lot of peer-to-peer learning.
Yeah, but I think how we differentiate ourselves is with our AI system, how we can provide you prompts, because we from our experience, when you're chatting to a stranger, a lot of times there's a lot of awkward silences, and sometimes you don't have things to talk about. So our system will provide prompts. So we'll be listening and transcribing at the same time. And then if we think there's an opportunity to say, introduce a new topic, or maybe even continue the conversation in a different direction, we'll give you a hint on screen, and then you'll be able to use that to make your conversation better flowing.
Thank you.
And maybe even more educational, maybe want to talk to you about different topics.
Yeah, sorry for that. Thank you for a brilliant answer, Ping. And see, next question comes from Una. Una, please unmute yourself and shoot the question.
Yes, thank you very much. As a Duolingo user, I find it very useful, but I want to ask about the progress during this week. So where have you started, and how much have you developed during this week? Thank you.
We started with just an idea, and right now we have a very functional video peer-to-peer chatting system ready. We were so close with, because for the AI section, we need to transcribe the audio, and then we need to analyze the audio. With the transcription, we were so close to having a live demo for you guys today, but at the last second, it didn't work out so well. So yeah, that's what we did. So we started with nothing at the beginning of the week.
Dear jury, we still have time for 1-2 questions. Sharunas, maybe you'd like to jump in.
Thanks. It was a brilliant presentation. Thank you. I'm actually thinking about, is it like, is it for like English speaking for now, or is it like for a different sort of languages? So that's interesting for me at this point.
Yeah, no, it's our hope to build out to many different types of languages, but initially it's going to be English. We have, when you first join every time you join a session, you can select like freestyle or like with hints and topics provided. It's our hope to eventually be able to open up to every type of language, because some of them don't require any content to build out. And if you want to practice some difficult language or less common language like Lithuanian, which is what I'm trying to learn right now, that is like right now it's almost impossible to find online materials for that. So if I can talk to another person that's also learning Lithuanian, we think there's a lot of potential for that.
Yeah, I'm asking because I have a follow-up question regarding this. Thinking about the way you said you're different from others, that you can use AI to help with props in this app so you know, using artificial intelligence in other languages is very, very difficult. Have you thought about that? Because using AI for English language is quite okay, but for Lithuanian is virtually non-existent yet.
Yeah, no, that's definitely.
Very short answer, please. Very short answer.
We have, but we haven't thought too deeply into other languages. We just really want to focus on English right now to begin with.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. That was the first pitching team, Hackaroos, and the representative, Ping Li. Let's move on to our next pitch. And I'd like to invite on the virtual stage the team Be Bright and the representative Mantas.
Dear jury, I'm Antas, the CEO of BeBright, a team focused on EdTech solutions. So let's talk about the biggest problem in today's education. Teachers are very busy people. They have too many pupils to work with each individually, and therefore individual needs are not addressed. In fact, 67% of students' needs are never identified in school. In Lithuania, the result is that 15 to 30% of students fail math exam every year. Moreover, each year, fewer and fewer math teachers exist. Even fewer of them are experts, and overall, more than 2/3 of schools need some kind of help with math and personalization. Also, missed lessons, various internal changes, and external factors are reasons why students and teachers find it so difficult to be successful consistently. Our solution to this is an online math learning platform called EdTech. We determine the student's level of math and generate a personal learning pathway with interactive videos and hands-on learning content. This is important because math is structured in layers, and having gaps in any of them makes it really difficult to progress further. We identify these layers and create a personal pathway to fill in the gaps that lead to academic success. So how does it work, you may ask? Well, first, the student takes a test. The platform quickly evaluates how every student knows their math. Then a personal learning pathway for every single math topic is generated, and then the student can choose how they want to learn. Finally, the student can access quality math content with original video lessons and tests that provide constant feedback about the student's success. If a student struggles with any math problem, a special video explaining that type of problem will play. Here we can see the snippets from one of our lessons. Our videos are interactive. With the teachers ask questions, the student can answer it right away and stay engaged. We have different types of videos to accommodate every learning situation. Some of our lessons try to explain why learning math is interesting, its history, and where it can be applied in real life. Other videos go deeper into math itself. And as we can see here, students who struggle with particular problems will have a video explaining that type of problem. So in addition to all that, students learn hands-on with interactive simulations. Now, that is why EdTech is a perfect solution for schools and government municipalities. In addition to learning features, schools will also have student tracking abilities, teacher dashboards, and many more. That's why we're currently in talks with a private school and have closed a pre-sale deal with the Kaunas region municipality. And individual students will benefit from such a product because we will offer this list of features to them. Now, EdTech is a math learning platform, but we are not intended to stop there. Try to imagine if this platform can summarize all school subjects for all school ages. True hybrid learning would become an everyday reality. And most importantly, teachers would have become able to organize meaningful physical activities in the classroom, like experiments, group projects, and debates. Basically, instead of this, we would have much more of this. Now, about the progress within this hackathon, we had 6 very important conversations with mentors. They helped us significantly improve our MVP. We revised our marketing strategy for the upcoming launch of the product. Our personalized methodology was highly approved by the hackathon's digital learning expert. And we gathered valuable EdTech insights about possible new competitors and our competitive advantage. Furthermore, during this week, we've attracted 5 new math teachers, expanding our content creator team to 11. We've also attracted a new programmer. And finally, with the help of the EdTech Hackathon mentors, we've secured contacts with 4 other potential clients. We simply are the right team for this. Our leadership are 4 young entrepreneurs and a seasoned PhD in education and multiple math textbook author. Our content creators are teachers in the most prestigious Lithuanian schools and tutors of International Math Olympiad prize winners. And our advisors provide invaluable insights into EdTech and business. And this is the part where I ask you, are you ready for the renaissance of education? But there is one more thing. During this amazing week, we made our EdTech MVP available to everyone. Follow this link to sign up for our newsletter and get access in the upcoming days. And then I'll tell you whether, and you'll tell me whether you are ready for the renaissance of education.
Thank you so much, Mantas. We're slightly 15 seconds behind the time. So let's move now and let's jump now into the Q&A session. And dear jury, do you have questions and who'd like to start? Una, I see you'd like to start. Vladas, then you're going to be next. Yeah. So Una, please shoot.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. May I have to ask you about competitors? We, for example, as Vilnius municipality are using EdTech very successfully, and of course there are other platforms. So can you expand how you are different from them and how you succeed to overcome these competitors?
Okay, thank you, Una, for the question. Talking about EdTech, they are firstly mainly focused on school children till the 8th grade. We focus from 5th to 12th grade, so we are different in that sense. Talking about competitors, if we mentioned here in Lithuania or expanding to other markets in other countries, we can see that here in Lithuania, there isn't an equivalent to what we are doing. We are personalizing learning with a personal pathway, which no competitor has at the moment. So talking about other competitors, we know that there is DigiClass, of course, Examinatorius in Lithuania, and other who will maybe come into the market, but they aren't here yet. So in the global stage, we can see that there is Brilliant.org in Lenkia, in Poland. There is other competitors as well, but meaning that they focus on the program of that country and create a personal pathway with all the simulations and new content provided in the system. There isn't anyone even close to us at the moment.
Thank you so much. Vladas?
Thank you. It looks impressive. How long ago you started? And
well,
one more question is about how you will increase capacity to create that content, because it's could be a bottleneck for your growth.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 2 questions. Thanks, Vladas. So first of all, we've started developing this idea, I would say around 6 months ago, but talking about the development stages of the product, trying to manage and to collect this huge team that we have right now took a lot of time. And now we are only 2 months in the real project of our development stage. So talking about the content and the videos that we make and everything else, well, as I mentioned, we already have a huge team helping us with this content. We already have all the plans. We started filming and we already made a pre-sale deal to the Kaunas region municipality. So in 2022 in September, Kaunas will be region municipality will be the first municipality in Lithuania using e-licėjus.
Thank you so much. And Ruta, time for your question also.
Thank you very much for a very interesting presentation. You are doing really a very, very good job, because teachers and schools, I think they feel lack of such programs, even if we have some. But I have a question about which is connected with the motivation. Mm-hmm. Because if the student uses such a platform, he or she must be very motivated. And what do you think about this? Because it's the very difficult work to do if there is no teacher's impact. And another one question is about the methodology you have mentioned before in your presentation. What do you think about it? Because when we are talking about the didactics of the subject, usually we are talking with problems which goes with methodology, or you have mentioned something else. Thank you.
Mantas, please,
yes,
briefly, okay?
I will briefly, okay? Thank you, Ruta, for the question. Talking about engagement and motivation. We aren't saying that we're replacing teachers in any way. Teachers will symbiotically use the system. They can alter the personalized path created by our algorithms for the students. We are just additional after-school learning right now, and meaning for different situations where school teachers change, they can see the same dashboards throughout different schools. Students, when they change schools, they can have their same personal pathway, and then teachers can do further interventions in their learning plan. So we're saying that this is only addition to the physical learning. That's why we're saying that teachers still are the main tackling point, but they become more mentors, not teachers, lecturers, just transcribing the information. Then they truly make students engaging. About the platform engagement, we use gamification and we use behavioral-based learning where we can see.
And thank you for that, Mantas. I need to stop you right here. We're out of time. We're out of time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your answers, jury. Thank you so much for the questions. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the team Be Bright and the representative Mantas. Let's move on to our third pitch. And I'd like to invite on the virtual stage the team name I Speak and the representative Sandro.
Hi, my name is Sandro, and today we're going to help teachers regain control over the classrooms and help them be free, be themselves again. We're building the first platform to integrate all the tools that they're using and controlling them just with a swipe. We started talking to teachers and asking, what is the problem? What is the most painful thing about this hybrid experience? And among many reasons, we just realized that one of those was like not being able to be a teacher because of this very experience that you're having right now. Being cluttered with everything that's going on at the same time, messages coming, students raising hands, another tool, yet another tool coming. And we basically started building on something that would allow them to control that everything from their cell phones. The idea is quite simple. You are able to integrate all the video platforms that you use on the one hand, and all the activity platforms that you use on the other hand. And you can select, or you can use your laptop to administrate that part, or you can use your phone and walk away and move throughout the classroom and control what everybody sees. The concept is simple. On the top part of the phone, you control what students see. And on the bottom part, you control what students do, what activities they do. We are in a growing, or actually in the very early stage of an industry that is called learning experience platforms. These just appeared after the pandemic because it wasn't a need before. So teachers and students are cluttered with all the many solutions that are right now in the market and that keep coming. Just by adding the most popular video and activity platforms, you have 1.9 billion students or users that are having this problem right now. In Lithuania, we have identified our SAM, our opportunity to start working with right now, with the 10 most important or fast-growing companies that have a potential over or almost 5,000 users. We have a great and amazing team that we have been building digital products for quite a while. At the moment, one of our products is part of the semi-finalist of the GSA Awards, and we're starting working with the Ministry of Education of Israel. On this hackathon, we started from zero. We went with user research and went all the way into feedback and working on building the prototype. So this is quite a quick vision of the prototype. So this is a teacher that is able to just add a platform, right? Choose the platform, video platform that wants to add, and connect any other tool like Kahoot or Quizlet. And when it's about to start a class, he has already connected the camera and a whiteboard. He can choose whether to control from the laptop or from the mobile. When controlled from the mobile, they can walk away and move throughout the room. And once he's using the mobile, he can work and play with whatever. So this is the main view or the main camera. If the teacher wants to see what everybody's doing as a team, or wants to look at the speaker view, it's able to do it and to pin it so that everyone will do it. If the teacher wants to just look at the whiteboard and see, or let everybody see the whiteboard, it will pin it and it can mix it with comments. So guys, let's see it. Let's check the whiteboard and make some comments. And there's some data analytics in case people are losing attention, they can be automatically re-engaged, or control can be given to the students when they need to talk and they don't feel like not being part of the class. We developed our MVP, that's what you're seeing right now. It's this is the teacher on one hand is transmitting or using the laptop to start the transmission, and on this part is controlling it. We are working on the control part, of course. At this part, that is a tough nut to crack in one weekend. So yeah, that is basically what iSpeakUp is achieving. I'll be happy to answer your questions.
So much. Amazing, Sandra. Thank you so much for the presentation. And it seems like a very cool solution. I'd love to have it in order to be able to stream everything from my phone. Amazing. So, dear jury, do we have questions? Yes, Vytenis, you can start.
Sure. So thank you so much, Sandra, for your presentation. And could you provide some more details on the competition? Who would be your main competitors?
Sure. So on the competitor space, this is an early stage industry. So you have primarily industries or large companies, tech companies that are playing the integration game, like just integrate everything, but they're integrating on the before and the after the class. Like, let's help the teacher put everything together before the class starts and after the class starts. But during the class, they're not doing a lot and they're not focusing on experience. It's a very early stage industry, as I said. The largest competitor probably is 360 Learning. It's the most mature at this point. But again, very focused on just the integration part, the before and the after.
Thank you for your answer, Ruta.
Thank you very much for your interesting presentation. And I have a question, how it will fit with other equipment or programs or ICT applications in the future, how it will work and how it will support a teacher. Thank you.
Great. So think of us as the Zapier, or what Zapier was doing at a very early stage. So the quick game needs to be integration. Of course, we're just signaling the first ones or the most popular ones, but our ability to win the game will be to connect with other tools here. So just enlarging the list here, right? We're just looking at the most popular, but we could probably, all the amazing tools that everybody has been created here, we're going to integrate with all of them so that it becomes one seamless experience.
Thank you for your answer, dear jury. We still have time for one long question and two short questions. Yes, Una.
Yes, I would like to ask, thank you for the presentation. I would like to ask, how do you think this would fit into the problems of education if hopefully we will ever come back to the classroom and maybe we won't need anymore to have hybrid classrooms?
Yeah, I think that the pandemic just highlighted a problem that was already existing, and is the inability for low income or underserved communities to go and attend a classroom. The problem might not be very visible in Europe, but there are billions of people that they cannot just walk and go to the classroom, but they do have cell phones, for instance. So even if normality comes back, the world has already changed. And on the opposite, I believe that this is going to help us make use of the cell phones in the classroom for an educational purpose, rather than just, being the police guy and just telling everybody to keep the cell phones away.
Thank you for your answer. Yes, Vladas, please.
How long you are with this project and what is next?
So this is, we just started with this. This is an add-on or a spin-off of a product that we already have. So we've been working since May. We got here as a startup visa program, and we are basically on a big run for this. We're growing, but we're just adding this feature because teachers, we have an offline version of the product, just video, interactive video, and teachers were always asking, how do I use this in my classroom? How do I use it in my classroom? So yeah, since May, and probably we're going to be able to close our first round around January.
Thank you so much for your answers, dear jury. Thank you so much for your questions, ladies and gentlemen. That was the third team, iSpeak, and the representative Sandra. Let's move on to our next pitch. And I'd like to invite on the virtual stage the team named Simply Advanced and the representative Robertas.
Hello all, my name is Robert and I'm very excited to be here. We're a team of simple people with advanced solutions, and today I would like to show you what we have been working during this past week. So, going through the topic of hybrid learning, we have discovered that it is actually not that perfect as it sounds on paper. After some digging and talking with educators, we found out that they're actually overwhelmed by these constant changes. They spend extra time looking for information on how to adapt to the hybrid learning, and even spend double the time by creating quizzes and evaluating them. But simply because it's the best that we have right now for knowing how effective do we transfer the information. And across EU and US, we have around 8 million teachers who are facing the same problems. If we could only save 1 hour of their time, that would give them 10 extra free days per year. And if we count this across EU and US, we'd have 225,000 years of extra free time. And for comparison, it took us 54 years to launch first rocket to the space and 58 years to send first human to space. So can you imagine what we could do with this amount of time? Yeah, so we believe that we cracked this. And we created a platform. Basically, teacher would upload their study material that they have, because they prepare study material every time. Our AI would analyze the material and provide quizzes that can be submitted for their students. And after students fill in the quiz, the teacher will receive an analysis, how it went, like where it was good, where it was bad. But amazing feature of this, that it will also highlight the text, which was hard to understand for students. And the most amazing point, that we will provide recommendations on methodology that can be alternatively applicable in this situation, as well as alternative content to learn from. And if you think this is a science fiction, well, today we'll already have a prototype of AI that creates these questions. So talking about business, we're planning to start beta testing for 3 months and include 30 teachers across different levels of education and corporation. Our beta phase wouldn't include the last feature of suggesting methods, but it will come along in the process. During phase 2, we would release our product and lay our first seeds within UK and US. So basically first contracts, because we're aiming to be B2B kind of company, so that we would raise awareness already within these 2 countries. Moving to phase 3, we will start scaling in UK, and as well as release our final module is the suggestion thing. And on phase 4, we will be scaling in US. And if you ask why in these 2 countries, well, it's basically because we will be aiming for now only to English language. And all of this is achieved by amazing team. And as well, if you're wondering what is our progress, so yesterday we were promised to have only a landing page, but today we have a prototype. And
last sentences, please, 20 seconds left.
Proven that the solution is real. So let's repurpose those 225,000 years and make history together. What do you say?
Amazing, Robert. Thank you so much for your presentation. Let's now jump into the Q&A session. And dear jury, do you have questions? Una, you can start.
Yes, thank you very much for presentation. So can you comment on where have you started this week and how much have you developed during the week? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. Very precise question, because on last Sunday, we started with a completely different approach to this problem. And during our hackathon, we changed ideas quite a lot. But we always stayed within the same problem. But we changed ideas because we had amazing mentorships, and they highlighted things that we didn't notice. And actually, what we have right now is, I don't know, it's amazing. So yeah, we started with nothing, and we have right now already an AI prototype.
Amazing. Dear jury, Yes, Vytenis, please.
Thank you so much for your presentation. And could you highlight the competition and how are you better?
Yeah, so thank you very much, Vytenis, for the question. So the competition actually is quite mild right now, because during our research, we found 3 companies. 2 of them are almost inactive. One has been founded last year and is kind of moving forward. So the thing is, how are we different? They provide only one part of the product. They provide the interpretation of text and converting it into questions. We developed the idea further. We developed the whole system of improving teachers' knowledge according to where their student lack knowledge, and provide solutions as well as for the methodology and for the material itself.
Thank you so much. Yes, Vladas, please.
Sorry, Vladas, cannot hear you.
Yeah, Vladas, please unmute yourself.
Sorry. What subjects are on your focus right now, and what is next?
By subjects, can you a little bit elaborate? Are those like study subjects?
Yeah, that's the history, mathematics, or whatever.
Yeah, so for our AI, it actually doesn't matter, because our AI goes through text, it understands the text, and it can generate the questions. So you can put historical reference, you can put university material, like from marketing, from business school, you can put biology there. It will generate the same way.
Thank you so much. And Ruta, please, very short question.
Thank you for your answers. And I'd like to ask, is there any place for evaluation or self-evaluation, as you have mentioned quizzes? Thank you.
Can I just, for self-evaluation as for us as a product, or for our customers to evaluate the product?
As a product.
Yeah, so I believe our product is quite sufficient, and it can be done, and actually very passionate about it. During past few days, we were on fire, and I don't know, we were working 24/7 in order to make it real, and we will continue doing it, because we believe that teachers deserve some extra free time that they could spend on themselves or improving in other ways.
Amazing. So, Robert, keep it burning, continue with what you do. And thank you so much for your presentation and for your answers. Let's move on, everyone. And I'd like to invite now on the virtual stage the 5th pitching team with the name Gift to the Gods and the representative Paulus.
First of all, hello everyone, and thank you very much for the wonderful experience this hackathon has been. We are very glad to be here. I am Paulius Buidovas from Gift to the Gods, and we are recent graduates who experienced firsthand all of education surprises from the pandemic, engineering, computing, and marketing students at Kaunas University of Technology, where we belong to a very motivated community. And one of our members is a part of an NGO that works with education policies. We have experience in that too. We believe that innovations must go in conjunction with processes designed to increase the efficiency of education. With this thesis in mind, we want you to hear this. 50% of students report that during the first quarantine, their motivation to learn fell. And it is no secret that it was not very high to begin with. With the state of our education, where students are not motivated to learn by themselves, it is necessary for someone to keep watch that the students are listening to the class, not only in distant learning, but in contact learning as well. And 28% of students report experiencing bullying, some simply because of their academic achievements. This means that some students are afraid to raise their hand in class, either because they get bullied or they will get bullied for their answer. However, with our tool, Pupils are encouraged and enabled to fully participate in classes. Teachers are stimulated to change the course the course of the lesson and try new methods to teach a topic. Teachers can get a better picture of the whole class's understanding of the current topic, and students' participation and results are tracked between classes for the teacher to see for child's well-being and consultation purposes. How do we do it? Meet pasiūlymus-idėjas, diagnostic and participation measuring short quiz app which helps the teacher to feel the temperature of the class. Now let's talk business. There are 954 schools with 28,500 educators, which would be our primary clients. But our tool can be used wherever there is instruction and learning because it's simple. Well, it's so simple. So looking into the future, we see more than 100,000 enterprises and thousands of independent speakers as our potential clients. As for our competitors, that's as far as we know. We know of one big single competitor. I'm pretty sure you all have heard of it. But we believe we have some advantages. We have advantages in anonymity and in tracking between classes. Speaking about the hackathon, we have had quite a long journey because we are a brand new team. So we had to settle on a single idea, first of all, which is the diagnostic and participation measuring short quiz app. We had to choose a tool for interaction and sketch and do some sketches, which I've shown you before. So we decided on a website. We had consultations with 2 teachers and 2 hackathons mentors. And we tried to answer the question of user experience, that the teachers should spend as little time as possible on our platform and only get what is necessary and as much as is necessary for them to make, to continue the class and make some judgments with peace of mind. So thank you for your time. If someone would like to contact us, I've provided our contact on the screen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Paulius, for your presentation. And maybe the first question will be from my side. So why give to God?
Well, should I answer the question?
No, it was just a joke. Okay, let's turn to the jury now. And their jury, Šarūnas, I miss your voice. Maybe you'd like to start.
Yes, of course. Thanks for the presentation. It's a general question, but I'm still very interested. What's the progress during the hackathon? You touched it a bit, but a bit more clear, maybe.
Sure. Yeah. So as I mentioned, we're a brand new team, so we had completely nothing. We were just the idea, and what we did was, settled on a single idea, as I mentioned. We built some sketches of the site, how it should look like. We've decided on how the interfaces for students and teachers should look like, as I've shown you in the sketches. And that's, we've contacted with teachers and mentors too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The jury, Ladas, please.
Yeah, thank you. What's your roadmap for the future and your dedication to develop that further after 1 weekend? What is your team thinking about?
Thank you very much for the question. I think that our nearest objective should be to complete the site. We have a site with basic functionality, but it's quite lacking until we have a minimum viable project which we can roll out. So our first objective would be that, then to roll out, then, well, I don't know, marketing and such and such. And what's our dedication? So personally, for me, education is a value I hold for myself. I hold education dear, and that's why I work in an NGO concerning education. So I do have dedication to it, to work, to continue the work.
Amazing. Dear jury? Una, that's a new hand raise or that's an old one?
That's a new one.
Okay.
Thank you for presentation. And how do you imagine, would that be a free tool for teachers, or would they have to pay for it? Because I think that's one of the reasons why some teachers are experiencing difficulties to use some tools. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. Of course, if you want to be a business and to stay a business, you have to monetize your product. So of course, some type of monetization should happen, whether that would be through ads or through school purchasing the product for all of our teachers, or for teachers or lecturers, as I mentioned, to buy it for themselves. I think some type of monetization is necessary, of course.
Yes, Ruta, please.
Thank you for your presentation. And how do you think, what will be the impact on the society, in your opinion? Thank you.
Well, I've mentioned that it is not only innovations are necessary, but certain processes to make these innovations better. So I think that the value in our product is that it is not standalone. You would not have education without, for example, teachers. But our tool make the education better. It lets teachers reflect, use new methods, and so on. So I think the education, well, the value would be that it makes the education better. It's a tool to make education better for teachers.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Paulus, for your answers. Dear jury, thank you so much for the questions. Let's move on to our next page. And I'd like to invite on our virtual stage the team that is named Mohamed Gamal El Mayerji and the representative Mohamed. The virtual stage is yours.
So, hello everybody, that's me, Mohamed Gamal, and I'm here to present to you our idea, Edu profile. Our team consists of me, I'm a team leader, and Sylvester Ibrahim, he is software developer, and I'm Raudam, she's our organizer, and what we call her non-technical supporter. So, we will start our presentation or presenting the idea in very simple way, that how can we present the idea in mathematical equation. We can see it as the following: Edu profile equal LinkedIn, but for a student, plus Google Classroom, but interactive and central. And we will see shortly we will see very soon what the meaning of that. So what's the problem which we are trying to solve? Right now in the era of online educational, we have main problem with online communication, or that, because that's a kind of crucial point. I can say as endless student that we have no platform which conduct online classes effectively, and I will explain the meaning of effectively very soon. And as well, there is no platform which enable a student to communicate with other students outside of their class. Of course, here I mean mainly a platform especially for educational platform, because, for example, Facebook can communicate people, but it's not prepared for educational purposes. So that what you see right now, it's Google Classroom. That's what we use. And it's mainly a kind of white paper or white page where teacher posts their homeworks and posts their assignments and slides and so on. So the role of students, that process is kind of passive role. As well as a student, we cannot manage to finish our even essential work. So we have to use other platform or application to be able to manage the educational process and finish our homeworks. So what is the solution which we are offering? We are developing an interactive and central platform which would enable the student to communicate with each other inside the class and outside the class, nationally and internationally. And in that slide, we can just summarize what we have seen, and as well we can discuss our competitor. Our main competitor are Google Classroom and Module. And in Google Classroom and Module, they are mainly teacher-oriented, as you saw in the slide of Google Classroom. Plus, a student cannot finish everything. They have to use other applications. So what we are doing in EduProfile, that we provide a student with interactive. So it's not only teacher-oriented, but it's teacher-oriented, and at the same time, it's student-oriented. So there is a kind of interactive, not one-side communication. As well, it's central. So a student will not need to go outside of the platform to finish at least their basic homeworks, basic things. So they will not need to go to Facebook for making groups, or for Miro, for example, to do their homework. And besides those two things, which would be a kind of improving in our competitor platforms, we as well going to provide each student will have the possibility to have his own profile, which I call it like student LinkedIn, which will be as a result, which will enable a student as a result to be able to communicate with other students outside of their class, which is, I think, till now there is not such kind of platform, especially for student educational purpose.
Mohammed, so, 25 yes. seconds left.
Okay, so that's a prototype quickly. So here, you can sign in. Here, that's the profile of the student. It has the main essential things to present itself, and as well to go to this class. We assume that someone wants to go to the classroom prototype. He will be in that classroom. Here we can see that the student can communicate with each other. A student can make homeworks together. A student can do things, and as well teacher can provide his material. And if someone would like to communicate outside, we can make research, and then we can find people. Let's assume that someone like Merna Mohandes, she is presenting something interesting, then I can communicate with her. Here we see.
And last sentence, Mohammed, please.
Yes, that's last sentence, exactly. What you see right now, what we plan is to shift from Google Classroom to EduProfile. Thank you for attention.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your presentation. Dear jury, now I turn to you. Do we have questions? Yes, Vladas, please start.
Hello, Mohammed. It's very, very ambitious and huge project. What existing platforms you use, like infrastructure, and what tools you use when the MVP will be ready?
MVP will be ready when I have I think Abraham, and he's kind of good software and developer, and I think we can do that if we have got the push. Let's say that we win that hackathon, then I think that would be a kind of real push that we are in the right track. Then we can do it, and I think it's very possible to be done maybe at the end of maybe at the beginning of next semester, if we have just to go further in this one.
Okay, thank you so much. The jury, Yasuna, please.
Yes, thank you very much for presentation. So I have two questions, one very common one. So where have you been before the start of this week, and where have you developed in 7 days? And my second question would be, how do you think would motivate students to move towards the new platform? Because what you usually see, if people are interacting in one platform, it's really hard for them to move to another platform. So how do you think that would work? Thank you.
Regarding what we have done within this week, we shift to what was, because first of all, this idea is not new idea, of course. And when I met Sylvester this semester, we spoke together and we started to appraise the idea in written paper. So what we have done exactly last week is that we shift what was written to something visualized. So what, for example, the prototype, which you have seen, it was done exactly yesterday. And the day before it was the written forms, like the low fidelity prototype and so on. Yesterday was the high fidelity, which you have seen. And regarding how they shift, why students are going to shift, that's the reason that if in those platforms which exist at the moment, there is no interaction actually. Like a student cannot communicate with each other. For example, in Google Classroom. So they need to go to other platforms, to use other platforms. So what we are going to do is to minimize the effort of them and give a kind of possibility for interaction and do everything in one place. As well, there is, as I'm told, that there is no one place where I can communicate with other students outside. For example, I'm preparing my master thesis, and all the time I think, are there anyone in other area in the world, anywhere, who is making the same thesis like me? I wish I have this possibility to find that answer of that question, for example.
And thank you so much, Mohammed, for your answers. Dear jury, I'm sorry we are out of time. So maybe in a private mode, there will be a chance for Mohammed to answer the questions. Let's move on to our next pitching team. And I'd like to invite on the virtual stage the team number 7 with the name Thinkers and the representative Victoria.
Hello, we are Team Thinkers, and our idea is an app that will help our users to calm down and distract themselves from potentially being stressed. And our app is like Smart Health. So the problem is distraction from the process and unwillingness to continue working, also micro-stress and discouragement and melancholy during studying process. The solution that we will provide is relaxation via your smartphone, also calming the user down by distraction from something and collecting all the information about the user, and this information will help us provide variants on how to solve the problem. Our market size is more than 700,000 people, is like number of students in the Lithuania, and at least half of them experience stress weekly. Here's our app that will provide certain mini games and fidget toys within the app, as well as enhance them with realistic feeling. Here's the design, like prototype of the design of our app and our competitors. So first of all, our main competitor is Happify. Happify provides mini games based on cognitive behavior therapy, and also Calm. And Calm produces meditation products include like some guidelines, meditation, and so on. And also our competitive advantage. So first of all, we provide possibility to track your mental states via smartwatch, health, and so on. And as soon as our app detects stress, it will immediately notify the user and make sure that everything is all right with the user. And also we focus on real feelings and sensations. Our competitor approach, we will provide partnership with Daily Law, is the app that might record your mental state in or some similar apps, and also we will promote us via some events and academic institutions. About our value of the product. So regarding the UN sustainability goals, we are dealing with the good health and well-being, also quality education and partnership for the goals. About validation, so after the survey that we've conducted, it turns out that people actually do want the idea and are actually interested in our idea. And 76% of people really interested in that. And also about traction, we would like to say that they are really willing to pay for the idea. Our financial plan, so we will make money from subscription and also ads on the website and the app, and also product recommendation. And here is my team. We are Victoria and Edvardas, and we are researchers and business development leaders and also co-founders of the app. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you so much for your presentation. Dear jury, now I turn to you. Do we have questions? Yes, Sharunas, you can start.
Thank you, Victoria, for the presentation. You already told me that there's different apps. This is like a wellness app for the students. So I'm very interested on if we're creating a new app, something for the students, like what are the main differences for the student if it's a wellness app, helping to reduce stress. So what are the main differences if you focus on the students?
So thank you for your feedback. And also we provide an app which will work with your smartwatch and so on and so on. So your smartwatch will detect the stress and your actual state, and then you will see everything on your screen. And after that, our app will combine all the data and provide you the proper like game or treatment or something like this.
Thank you for your answer. Vytenis, you're next.
Thank you, Victoria, for your presentation. And I would like to ask you regarding your audience and your customers. So who would be your first customers by the segment?
First of all, our students, our main customers are students. Also, we will provide this app for some professors, lecturers, like an educators as well, but it will be in long term. But firstly, is students.
Yes, Sharunas.
I'm sorry, I'm just very interested in the app. If you have, is there like a threshold where you say, this app is not for you? Let's say someone is having serious issues with having panic attacks. So is there like a way that this app can help the student recognize that he needs a professional help rather than using an app? Or maybe an app can help solve these issues as well. Thank you.
For sure. Actually, we thought about this, but firstly, we will be focused on some games that will provide like distraction. But actually, we were looking for some long-run perspectives, and we decided that it would be really good if then we will provide some tips for the users, and probably we will provide some. We will have some agreements with the specialists and so on, and they will also help our users. Actually, it depends on what they need, and then they can enter info in advance.
Okay, and let's close this Q&A with a question from Una.
Yes, thank you very much for presentation. So I want to once again ask about the progress. So have you started from idea a week ago, or you already had more? And also, have you thought about data protection? Because at the moment it is a very important question, and because you're already talking about health-related data that you're collecting. Have you thought about this? Thank you.
Actually, we have started from the beginning. We are like really brand new team, and we created the idea at the beginning of the hackathon, and also we developed this idea. Then we continued with the deep research, and in the middle of the week we made a really nice research about our competitors, about the market, and so on and so on. And of course, the privacy is our priority, and we will do our best to protect everything and like all data that is given from our users and so on, because it's their health and it's really needed. And so we will not share all the information to any other sources and so on. And of course, it will be confidential.
Thank you so much for your answers, Victoria. Dear jury, thank you so much for your question. That was the team number 7, Thinkers. Let's move on to our next pitching team, and I'd like to invite on our virtual stage the team number 8, Minishopas.lt and representative Simonas, or happy students as they choose.
Good evening, everyone. So I represent Team Minishopas, but we changed our name to happystudents.com. And let's keep this question for the end of the presentation. But let's first focus on the live audience tracker, feedback tracker, what we created during this hackathon. So what I would like you to do right now is to either scan this QR code and go to this website, or type in happystudents.herokuapp.com and go there. I would like you to join the feedback tracker. So let's say I'm Simon, and room number is 1234. I'll join the room. As you can see right now, there are three of you who are in my class. So yeah, if you find the lecture, the presentation interesting, give me a thumbs up. If you find it difficult, also let me know. So there are students, a visiting lecturer from the University of Cambridge, but probably I'm considering that you might know them, history about the college structure, etc. So it might be too easy for you. Yeah, that's gonna get too easy. Okay, so I need to adjust the presentation. Let's give you some quick numbers. So we created this feedback tracker, and our costs are negligible. It's like €7 a month and €20 a year for the domain name. And we are planning to earn 1 cent from every user. And as you can see, this slide is full with words, numbers. It's actually not clear. Yeah, it's too difficult. Yeah, I agree with everyone. So what can we do? Let's visualize it. Yeah, because it was boring. Yeah, so we have a chart, assuming that our initial costs are the following. We charge that many euros per student. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, assuming that we change the pricing, as you can see, our break-even point changes as well, as you can see. And I mean, it's easy to understand. So yeah, so I guess I did a good job here. Can you give me a thumbs up, guys? No, I see it was still too difficult for you guys. Okay, no worries, no worries. Okay, so yeah, so we created this live audience tracker, and I think if you know a lecturer, presenter, teacher, anyone who's doing public speaking, who's making a presentation, who's having a lecture, and who wants to get feedback from the audience live. So yeah, go to happystudents.com and I mean, change your presentations accordingly. And as we still have some time, so before the hackathon, we had a fully working prototype. We had a hardware, the cheapest vending machine on the market. But during the presentation, during the speeches with lecturers, we decided to focus primarily on hybrid learning, and hence we decided to both change the name and change the total the focus 180 degrees to a different direction. And yeah, I think I deserve a good a thumbs up for my presentation. Yeah, so thank you for your time, and your questions are welcome.
Thank you so much for the speed, Simonas. You would be the perfect voiceover for the medical, you know, this for the drug advertising, I guess. But it's a good thing. Dear jury, do we have questions? Because we do have time for that. Una, you'd like to start? Please do.
Yes, thank you for a very engaging presentation. And I would like to ask, so what's the problem you are solving?
Yeah, so during lectures or during lessons, teachers don't know how the audience is reacting. Maybe, so I'm currently studying in ISM, doing my master's studies, and lecturer just threw us some really complicated formula about some financial statements, and then she went on. But in the meantime, 50% or more of the students got lost, and after the break, everyone agreed that yeah, we should have come back and we should have studied that particular formula more. So this tool would allow both lecturers and teachers to see what is happening, or what the audience, what students are thinking at the moment. And according to that, we can adjust the course of the presentation immediately. So as you've seen, I made some really old presentations. I showed you a slide, which was really boring. And as you've seen, the audience got bored. So hence I changed, I made it a little bit more interactive. So I gave, for example, I went through a simple example. I plugged in some numbers, and from that case, then students can understand, and then everyone can be on the same page, and then we can proceed. So this is just a simple, quick way to see what your audience is thinking.
Yes, Sharunas.
Thank you for the presentation. I would be very interested in who is going to pay for it. I'm thinking about the educational audience. I'm thinking about the teacher, of course, and you know, someone who's being evaluated all the time, every time. And putting that on a screen like puts you on the edge a little bit, even more. So who is going to buy this basically? That's my simple question. Thank you.
So currently we are planning to focus on both lecturers and high school students, because we tend to think that because there is, we believe that there is an understanding between lecturer or teacher and say those older students. And then in addition to that, our next market is event organizers, say those who have say large events, say switch event where you have a lot of speakers and you have a lot of people participating in that call. So there are we say two markets: educational high school learners as well as conferences. And we are planning to make money by charging subscription fees from say schools or maybe from these large event organizers, and then we can offer free live audience feedback tracker for say smaller classrooms.
Amazing, yes. And Ruta, let's close the Q&A session with you.
Thank you for your presentation, and let's dream about the future. What could be next if the teacher or lecturer and students are using this app? Thank you.
Yeah, so as you can see, right now we have a fully working prototype which can be used tomorrow by all teachers. And our for subsequent step would be to simplify it. So to make, say, a plugin, it's either a Zoom call or Google Meet. So there would be even less friction to use this tool.
Okay, thank you so much, there everyone. That was the team number 8, Minishopas LT, with the new name and the representative Simonas. Let's move on to our 9 pitch, and I'd like to invite on our virtual stage the team with the name Inform.Games and the representative Adele.
Hi. Right. So we live in the times of information war that is fought by media publishers and independent fact checkers against invisible forces that lay behind a tsunami of disinformation. But as we know, fact checkers are not enough to save us from harm that is caused by disinformation. And it still makes us worried, very worried about our future. And we think that the weapon to our vulnerability lays in education. So our goal, the goal of our project is to help young people, parents and teachers to overcome the challenges that they are facing when it comes to media, teaching and learning media literacy. So our solution is to create games platform that would teach media literacy. If you think of a Khan Academy platform that teaches you math or other subjects, so we would imagine something like this, but me teaching exclusively information and media literacy, because it's quite a wide subject and there is a lot of things to learn. And students would be able to come on this platform and play mini games that would train them valuable skills that would protect them against the effects of disinformation. And you would be able to track progress. Again, like with all platforms, you would have a profile and you would be able to track your progress and mastery against different themes. And this progress would be shared with your parents and your teachers and help them with the education process. So for this hackathon, we have built a prototype. How do I switch to? Can I switch from presentation to the website to show our? How do I do that? Can we just stop the? Stop share. Okay, so we have built a website and try our game. If you go to informed.game. Okay, sorry. Now you can say. Okay, so for this hackathon, we built a prototype for the first game, where you take a role of a news editor that has to publish articles on your news portal, and you have to sift through articles and pick only those that are valid or real news. So article is fake if we go and choose another one, and then you have to cross from one level to another by scoring points. Each level has certain checkpoints that you have to cross. Those checkpoints are based on the checklist that is by some countries that already teach media literacy at school. So there are already
Delia, and last sentences, please. We're out of time.
There are already methodologies used to teach media literacy. So we are going to implement them into our platform. Right. Okay. If you have any questions, please ask.
Okay, thank you so much, Adela and their jury. It seems like a very exciting solution that the team has built. Do you have questions? Yes, Sharunas, please start.
Thank you for the presentation. I understand the problem, and it's quite a big one, especially where we're going with all the fake news and AIs with having bubbles of people interested in various different informations, and then just stacking all the different facts or opinions, let's say. But I'm interested in this part of who is going to buy this again. So if I am illiterate in this sort of media thing, it's not probably business to a client, is it? So I'm interested just where are you going to get your first investments, and who is going to pay for this?
Okay, so we are planning to make income by donations from individuals and companies. So this would be one part of our income. The other part would come from international grants. We plan to work with foundations and apply to EU tenders and seek funding. Then also we plan to provide training and courses to school to help train teachers, because this is actually a problem. One of the problems why it's difficult to teach media literacy at school, that teachers are not are lacking confidence and know-how on how to do it. So we are planning to help with that and hopefully be funded and sell it to ministries of education and schools. And then we also plan to find ways how we can make connection with the commercial side and B2B sector. Currently, we think that it's possible, possibly maybe we could do sponsorship and so forth, but we haven't really reached that yet.
Amazing, thank you so much. Vitanis, you're next.
Thank you, Adela, for your presentation. And could you tell us more about the competition and what's your advantage here?
Okay, so there isn't much competition, to be honest, in this field, because it's really new. Only a couple of countries are teaching media literacy at school. So it's UK, France, and Finland. And for that, there are currently guidelines and videos that teachers can use at school. And there are a small number of individual games, most famous of which is Bad News, which was translated in a couple of languages. And research done by Cambridge University has shown that by playing this game, players could increase their ability to identify fake news by 21%, which makes us very confident that we can do the same. The only thing that we want to make it as a platform, as a big hub of games that would serve this purpose and would be standalone for people, all people who want to become better at recognizing fake news. And
thank you so much.
In general.
Thank you so much, Adela, for your answers, dear jury. I'm sorry we're out of time. Let's keep the questions in the private chat. Let's move on to our next pitch. And it's only 3 teams left to go. So with a round of your virtual applause, I'd like to invite on the virtual stage team number 10 in skills with the representative Gultan.
Hello, everyone. Hello everyone, I'm Gultan and I'm representing InSkills team. InSkills is educational board and what problem so that actually people lose their attention while they are learning something new. After 20 minutes, they cannot learn the lessons and actually sit like in the class and actually be attentive, and it results in increased time and decreased outcome. So we came up with a solution of InSkills, which brings solution via online educational board games. So it lets everyone play and create board games from the very scratch, but those games, they are educational ones. So our target markets for now, it's EU and Middle East. And we already calculated that we have a users base in EU and Middle East, and what's the total income that we can get from it. A business model will be B2C, B2B, and B2E, because we want to see which one works perfectly. And our competitors, of course, we have competitors, but we actually analyzed everything and saw that in this particular phase, we are like very good in the thing that we're actually creative, because nobody actually did the board games, educational board games before, at least the platform, and user-friendly as well. Now we'll show you the MVP and you will see. Why InSkills? As I said, this is viral business model, scalability, and we'll have a community of people, more than 800 people who can go try and test, and maybe there are future clients who are going to purchase this. The milestones, we are planning to build the MVP until January, then grow user base and increase number of ready-to-play board games as Kahoot did before, because that's easier to actually get people attention. If we have already board games in the platform, people can come and play and see how it works. Our team, we have EdTech scientists from Jyväskylä University in Finland, people who work at Khan Academy, at Swedbank, Nordea, and Bolt. And now let me quickly show you the prototype. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Yeah, great. We go to the page, we log in, and let's say we want to create our own game. Board Game Studio is opening. We have types of cards, different cards that are going to make the game much more interesting. We can choose, put the number of questions that we are going to have, add all the questions, put the numbers of the challenges that we are going to have in the board games. We already have the prototype, actually the real board game, and we can start the game. People will join at inskills.io, put the pin, and they start playing. So our first player is Maria. Well, this is her challenge question. She will answer. Other people in the game will rate her answer. And let's say our next player is Indrek. He will also answer the question. It's multiple choice question. And if the answer is wrong, the platform will show. We will go back. We also have the blocker in the board game. It's like simple board game. Actually, everyone can play. So we have all these things that board game should have. We have the luck cards, and people can play, enjoy, and let's say Helen wins. So we can also save the game. So put the name, upload the image, so others can come to the platform and play the same game. You can create different games for math, for English language, for geography, for history. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's up to the teacher, up to the professor to go and create that board game and make the classes much more interactive. Thank you for your time.
Amazing, Gultan. Thank you so much for this. Dear jury, are you also inspired to play some games? Una, you'd like to start your first question. Please do.
Yes, I am ready to play. And I want to ask, so how, just the question I always ask today, but like, where have you been in the start of this week, and how much have you developed of what you already shown to us today during this week?
Yeah, sure. Well, actually, before everything, we had the newsletter. InSkills was a newsletter. We were sending different things to people, and it was like we decided to launch it a year ago. But when we came to Hackathon, we decided actually to try and see what other things we can create for our community, for the people who are already involved in our community. So we came up with this solution, and we built a prototype, but the prototype was very like in a raw version. So we actually went and tried with people, got their feedback, changed, and applied all the changes, refined it, and now this is what we have.
Okay, thank you so much. Vladas, do you like board games?
Yes. Would it be only distance, like virtual, or you see the hybrid?
Yeah, like it's actually, I mean, let's say, for example, the Kahoot, right? People can go and actually play the Kahoot during the, when I do quizzes, very interactive. So I think same down for these board games. So it just depends on the teacher, on the professor, on the one who teaches actually how he or she wants to do it.
Okay, thank you so much for that. The jury, do we have? Yes, please, Ruta, please.
Thank you very much for your presentation. It was really very interesting, and I think that we all are ready to play. But I have a question, because usually we have problems with the teacher's qualification or professor's qualification to prepare those questions. So have you thought about this work, how to encourage teachers, and what are you going to do? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Well, as I said, we have the community, we have those people who we can reach out to, and how to encourage them, actually, how they are going to put as well. Let's say they have the class of maths, for example, they already have the questions that they want to ask from the students. Like, let's say it's an exam-based question, so they can just choose the option of our platform to go and put the questions already there and start playing. It's just about them to make the class interactive. If they really want to do it, they can go and put it there. And the board game like that we have, it's going to be made automatically, so no need for teachers to know how to build the board game. They're just going to put the questions, board game will be made automatically, and people can go play. So it's actually very intuitive and easy for teachers to do. No need to learn how to do it.
Amazing. Their jury, anything else? I think we're done. Gultan, once again, thank you so much for your answers. Good luck with what you do. Let's move on to our next pitch. And I'd like to invite on the virtual stage team number 11, Tabula Rasa and the representative Rasa.
Hi, I am a founder of Tabula Rasa, and my name, of course, is Rasa. Almost every day in this hack, we all heard that more than 1,000 Lithuanian teachers consider leaving their occupation because of situation with distance learning in Lithuania. Lithuania, we have a problem. I personally don't like to talk about the problems. I prefer talking about the solutions. After I decided that Lithuanian educators do not have space to share their own digital learning materials that they have already prepared and used in their class, I decided to provide them the possibility to share their own materials. Let me introduce you the pilot of the solution, tabularasa.lt. This is online marketplace where teachers can sell and buy their personal digital learning materials. And this platform is really very simple to use. I will show you why. Because we control the categorization. More than 600 categories in this platform were prepared according to the latest Lithuanian education curricula. We can react in a second when something new is happening in our education system. I will show you an example. When I decided to participate in this hackathon, I inserted a new category in this platform. You see in the top, hybrid learning. The same day, teacher Liana, greetings, put the first digital material. You are welcome, hybrid learning. Do we have a market in Lithuania for this marketplace? Oh yes, more than 35,000 teachers plus uncounted amount of tutors, parents, lectors. We are talking about the whole community of educators who have tons of pains. And now I just want to reveal you the value of our solution. We want to be a community with an online marketplace based on Lithuanian curricula, where local educators can share digital learning materials between each other. This way, our platform will reduce the initial level of stress between educators during the learning transitions, blended, contact, distance, hybrid learning, and allow our educators to generate additional incomes. Let's check some platform statistics. During 6 months, we have 3,500 users. They uploaded 900 resources, which were downloaded more than 20,000 times. Looks, we have a new habit in Lithuania, sharing. About the scale. Our personal investments, thousands of hours development, R&D, branding, marketing, networking, let us now cover only 10% of the teachers' community. And we calculated, that with this speed, it takes 50 years to reach all the Lithuanian teachers tabula rasa alone. If we want to help teachers in hybrid learning next year, we need help now. And what about the business model? Yes, we have monetization for each transaction, but it covers only reinvestments and profits, but it's not enough to scale. About the Tabula team, I am PhD in chemistry, but I'm obsessed with education, innovation, and a good vibe. And I'm super happy to have my IT boys. And I'm very happy for opportunity to grow my business idea in this hackathon with 20 amazing mentoring sessions where I found one magic word.
Rasa, last sentences, please.
I started first, ended first. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much. Rasa, thank you so much for your presentation. Dear jury, do you have questions for this team?
Yes, it is really important to have that kind of broad platform. First question is about the competition globally. What are similar platforms available? And one more question is about you said about the money, where it comes from, and you mentioned about the sharing between platform and the buyer of the content, and who is paying?
Yes, I will tell you that there is a huge market in the United States of America, and in English language countries, there are competitors and they are very, very successful. But if we are talking about the local market, I think this is very important for us to have this, and to because we teach our children in Lithuania. And about the second question, the sellers are teachers and the buyers are also teachers. Because tomorrow is Monday morning, today teachers are buying these materials just to go sleep earlier, and just tomorrow they will be happy in their class. So the sellers are teachers and the buyers are now teachers. I hope one day parents will also buy these materials.
Thank you so much. Ruta, you also have a question.
Yes, thank you for interesting presentation, and I want to thank Vladas. He has asked a lot of questions I had. I have one more about the copyright when teachers are sharing their material, because they're using not their own prepared material. So what do you think? How are you going to solve this problem? Thank you.
What is the budget for the fines? Yeah, Rasa.
Okay, the budget was at the beginning when we consulted with the lawyers, first of all, for intellectual property lawyers, and we made a perfect like rules for our users. They are selling their license, not the intellectual property. And when you buy the license, you can use it just for your own.
Understood. Okay, and the last question comes from Una.
Yes, thank you very much for interesting presentation and for changing the sort of like our views to sharing, which I think is very important in education. But I want to ask about the hackathon. So how much useful was, because you already have a developed product, so how much this week was useful for you to actually develop something in your product? Thank you.
Yes, I came here with like a hack or a pilot, but you know, I'm a teacher, I'm a researcher, I am like a scientist. I'm not a business woman. Till this hackathon, I met perfect mentors who put my business idea into the business suit. Okay, because before the hackathon, it just was like a idea of the teacher and innovator. But yeah.
Thank you for your answers, Rasa. Dear jury, thank you so much for your questions. Let's move on to our next pitch. And ladies and gentlemen, we've technical hiccups happens to some certain situations. Okay, let's rewind, and ladies and gentlemen, please get ready for the last pitch at this final. With a huge round of your virtual applause, I'd like to give the virtual stage to the last pitching team, number 12, Saverio, and representative Audrus.
Hello, everyone. It is nice to be here and to present Saverio and Saverio solution for digital verifiable diploma. I am Audrus Ramoshka. Yeah, I hope you will enjoy our presentation. The problem, we are living in a paper-based environment, and there's still no easy way to prove online that you are over certain level of your age, that you're living at certain address, and for today, most important, you can't prove easily online that you are graduated from a certain school, from a certain training courses and etc. So I guess everyone understand, especially now when we're living in an open EU environment and you would like to apply for a job or somewhere else with remotely, and to prove that in the same way remotely your education, it's a huge issue. So opportunities, so it's very huge. Accordingly to 1414 Ventures, it's more than 600 billion identity market, and it's growing significantly. However, our primary target is Europe Union market. Why? Because it's already announced that in 2024, digital wallet service will be mandatory by law for government institutions and some businesses. So we are targeting into this market, and I hope we will be ready for that. So what we did for that at this hackathon, so we developed a working prototype for education institutions to issue digital copy of education diploma, which could be collected into digital wallet and later could be used to prove your education remotely. So in more particular way, so software allows to issue digital copies of education diploma into personal wallet. And second function of software allows companies or other education institutes or government institutions to verify these digital copies of diplomas. So it's cryptography based and secured. And of course, it's important to mention solution is created based on open specifications. Competitors. Yeah, they are from small startups like we, Soveria. Also, we have big players like Microsoft or IBM's, and even big country alliances like ID Union in Germany or Atlasia in Spain. And we expect we will be part of this game. And why we do think in this way? Because one of our co-founders started to work with this technology quite a few years before. We founded already by two companies which are in business for a few years already. Our solution is built on Salesforce platform, and that gives us a lot of benefits to use less budget to make required functions, ensure high-level security from a first day, which is not usual for startups, and of course to reduce the risk to deal with us, to have a business with us for big enterprises or government institutions. And of course we are expect that we will be much more flexible, and we could share or add or provide for our customers more value based on functions that we could reuse from this platform. So who we are and who we would like to be. Yeah, so we are targeting to be in the top of 5 software as a service platforms, not for education, but for identity and education function. We to issue digital credentials or digital diploma. During this hackathon, it was one of the functions we expect to provide on our platform. So our vision is to transform extremely complex technologies into simple functions that are understandable by business of all sizes, because this is our future. Otherwise, we can't be secured on internet.
And Audrus, last sentence, please. We're out of time.
Yes. And business model is to share customer revenue. Our customers are businesses. And yes, first of all, what we need is vote for us. And if you are interested in us and would like to do business, get in touch. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Dear jury, last Q&A session. Who would like to start?
Thank you. What was the reason to choose Salesforce against other platforms?
Actually, it's a personal experience, real life experience from 2012. From this more than 9 years, I'm working in this environment, and I see a lot of reactions from business when startup is coming to big enterprises with a proposal. They are saying very openly, sorry guys, we do our rules, enterprise rules, policy do not allow to do business with you. But when you are saying that behind you it is such a platform, game changes changing, and a lot of enterprises understand, especially who already have this platform in use, and they are more open to do business with small companies. Of course, cybersecurity is not the last point in such type of engagement.
Thank you for that. Vytenis, you're next.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. And I have a short question regarding your first steps to approach and get the first customers. Could you highlight that?
Oh, it's not easy, to be honest. Yes, we started investment and to build our platform more than a year before. This summer, we started branding. And we started to visit our potential clients end of summer, beginning this year, beginning autumn. I can't say we have customers, but we already have some contacts, and we hope that we will be successful.
Thank you so much, Ruta.
Thank you very much for your interesting presentation and great idea. Are you thinking only about the higher education, or are you thinking about the whole educational system? Because the digitalization for papers we have in secondary school and even in primary, in basic school, is very important. And do you have the idea to cover all the system? Thank you.
Extremely good question, I would say. And yes, everything will, if we would like to live in digital environment, we will not avoid digital credentials like we are proposing. Yes, and European Union approach to go this way shows definitely, even I guess from kindergarten certificates will be, because some schools asking where you start your professional life. Yeah, so yeah, definitely.
Una, one last short question, please.
Oh, okay, just a few sentences about feasibility of the project, because like at the moment, and as a person who studied abroad and faced these things many times, it takes a long time for institutions to actually check your diploma. So how do you do that? Because there's so many institutions, so many countries in the world. What's the feasibility of actually doing this?
Actually, we, let's say until June this year, it was extremely difficult to explain. But on the 3rd of June, European Union announced upcoming digital wallet, which I mentioned. So now it is no reason to explain that it could be possible to do in a whole Europe, because it will be by law to accept in every EU country such digital wallet and these credentials which will be in this digital wallet. So yes, Una, for you will be much more easy to present for your next employer your credentials from different universities.
Thank you so much, Audris, for your answers. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last pitching team. Soverio, dear jury, thank you so much for your questions.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. All the teams can now finally relax. Jury is leaving to the private room to cast their votes and decide on the winners. And everyone else are invited to a surprise performance by the one and only Jurijs Didžiulis. We're back in 25 minutes with the award ceremony. And Jurijs, over to you now.
It's so nice to see friends. And if you know me, you know I love participation, and I don't know where you guys are all going, why you're turning off your cameras. Thank you, Taula Raza, all you guys. Good, come to this space. You know, I am one of those people who have discovered that a lot of business models need to change. That's what hackathons are all about, finding new business models. And one of the things that I've found to be undervalued is cooperation and collaboration. Many times the business paradigm asks us to compete against one another. But when we come together, when we share both information, resources, when we cooperate, we can achieve much, much more. And I think that's the beauty of the hackathon. Now, I have a special mission today, because although you people are in a contest, although you people are competing amongst one another, there is additional value to be had in this space. And that additional value is to be had by you networking, meeting, and creating a more beautiful, cohesive social unit. And a social unit that many people refer to as a community. And so, I would like to invite you all to get to know each other a little bit more. I'd like to invite you all to connect. So I would like to invite everybody on this call to connect their cameras and say hello, yeah. If you're on this call, you are welcome to unmute really quickly and say hello. Hi. And express a little bit of connection. Yes, hello. Hi. Very, very beautiful. Gonna make some music together. Yeah, gonna make some music together. Brothers and sisters, come gather round. This simple act weaves people through sound. Long before, not so long ago, music was something you didn't do on your own. Cook it with emotion. Hey Sandro, treat it like it's sacred, like it's sacred. Cook it with emotion. We gotta cook it, treat it like it's sacred. Treat it like it's sacred. When we are building a community, there are certain things we can gain. The first one is a sense of connection. But here's the curious thing, when we connect, we can also leverage that sense of connection to do amazing things. Let me demonstrate. I would like to ask everybody on this call to turn their cameras on and be present. Come on, bring your magic sauce into this stew, into this magical thing. We're gonna create me and you. If you're present, come closer. Come closer, come closer. Everybody come closer. Closer, just a little bit closer, closer. Sandro, come closer. Closer, closer, closer. Mante, closer. I want to give you a kiss. Mwah! Very good. You have just seen by effects on this screen that you can connect with other people and you can pass on radiating energy through this magical black eye you have. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's increase the energy in the room. As I said, the emotion you bring is what you're going to get back. So come closer, 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 closer. I saw Rasa put her hands up. She must have a very jealous boyfriend. Very, very good. All right. But that's just us connecting, because without connection, we cannot action the social capital we are going to build here today. So do me a favor. Show me 2 fingers in the air. Show me 2 fingers in the air. 2 fingers in the air. Show me 2 fingers. 2 fingers in the air. We're gonna sing you and me. Gonna sing it like that. You go you and me. Connect. Come on, sing you and me. We're connecting everybody. Go you and me. I love it, you and me. We're building a community, you and me. Yeah. lovely voices singing you and me, so we know we're present. I don't hear you. Are they not allowing you to unmute yourselves? Is that the unfairness of this space? Or do we have such little trust that we are not allowing you to unmute yourselves? Well, all right. Let's do something before we move on. I'm going to ask the admin to allow yourselves to unmute yourselves because otherwise I don't think it's fair. But let's do something. We're going to move through a progression of what music is. That is rhythm, harmony, and soul. So let's begin with the first element of this recipe. Let's start with the rhythm. Let's start with the rhythm. If you hear this rhythm, let me see you in flow, yeah. If you hear the drum, let me see that you know. Can I see you moving? Can I see you grooving? Taka, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Simply Advanced is making a very good presence. Good. Rasa's also showing us the groove. Very nice, very nice. Now, if you're listening to this music, there's a way to make it better. There's a way to achieve ownership through participation if you get yourselves involved by, for example, snapping. Yeah, if you're snapping, you're making the music on your side of the call that much more beautiful with intention. Good. Let's see if we can get Andrujas to snap with us, if he's even listening. Aha. You're holding the rhythm. You're holding the flow. You're holding the rhythm. And then you know that this music is not only mine, it is an act of co-creation. It may blow your mind, yeah. I would like to have at least 3 more participants in the room. Would it be too much to ask to have people contributing to give the rhythm a little more groove with the snaps, 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 snaps. Come on, give me the snaps. I love the snaps. I love it, love it, love it. I love it, love it, love it. Give me an I love it, love it, love it. Give me an I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So nice. All right. Mantas, who Simply Advanced, you need to give me a name because I'm not going to. How could we have Gabia back? Robertus, excellent, excellent. All right, good. We have Gabia. Yeah, gonna get a party going, gonna get a party started. Who's got the rhythm? Who's got the flow? Come on. Yeah, we're gonna get to flow, yeah. And Rasa brought her special guest as well. Gonna make it really, really nice. Gonna make it really nice. Okay, now we are observing that we can affect the emotional space just by our demeanor, by our smiles, by our clapping, by our positive energy, by the radiant 4 eyes I see on Gabi Ujibuti's screen. Oh my goodness! But let me show you another trick. Let me show you something that will actually make a very big difference, because when you're collaborating, a sense of safety and security is super important. So let's take a minute to check in with one another and to really feel presence in this space. Sit up straight. Whoop. Sit up straight and take a deep breath in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, release. Good. Breathe in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, release. Very good. We've gone from hysteria to a little bit of relaxation. And we are changing to the neurochemical content of your blood just by taking deeper breaths. But we're gonna do one more trick based on this one. Now take a deep breath in. Deep one, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now unmute and exhale loudly. Now the beauty of that is the sound of relaxation in the room. And if you can relax, well then you trust not only me, but the people here as well. Can I get one more ah? Cause if you give me ah, you give me this space will be it's an act of co-creation. But we can bring other things. If you give me yeah. This space will be If you give me this space will be I know that's what Andruka's like. If you give me an All right, so check it out what we've done right now. We have opened very deep channels of emotional communication just by the people being here on the screen. We are pulsating. Our state of mind and of emotions has shifted. And so now I believe that we can move on. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. You're going to hold it. You're going to hold it. And you will exhale. With a note, you will go I love it when you sing. We need you all to sing. I love it when you
Sing?
Yeah, sing. That's it. You know, my girls went missing. Where did they go? We had such a beautiful group. They're back. All right. I love it when you
Sing.
Sing. That's perfect. Mante, that was actually excellent. There are no incorrect notes. There are only incorrect emotions. You can speak it. If you feel it, it's actually better than fine. Because you're contributing and you're creating a vibe that is both yours and mine. Are you ready? Everybody present? Everybody present? I love it when you sing. When you fall in love, you
Sing.
when they've broken your heart, you
Sing.
when it all falls apart, you
Sing.
when alone in the dark, you
Sing.
when you're battered and scarred, you
Sing.
when you pick yourself up, you and we're gonna do a typical kind of Lithuanian. One, two, three, sing. Find your voice amongst others and
Sing.
become one with the other and
Sing.
you have magic within. Sing, sing, sing. I love it when you
Sing.
yeah, we need you all to
Sing.
I love it when you
Sing.
yeah, we need you all to
Sing.
sing.
Yeah.
I love it when you
Sing.
sing. Now let me share something secret. I'm gonna share my secret sauce with you people. The secret sauce of these musical experience, you know what it is? It's invocation through music. Because we are used to listening to music through speakers, through thinking that music comes from the ears and enters the system, when in reality, music begins here and it flows outwards into the space. For example, the same way that you did ooh, ah, oh, and you colored the space, you can bring certain musical notes, you can bring certain musical expressions and shift the space entirely. So what I'm gonna ask you to do, if you're with me, and thank you for being with me so far, I'm gonna ask you to think of a singer. Think of a singer you like, somebody who makes you go rrr, somebody who makes you go all right? And I want you to think of them very hard. Think how they would do it. It could be Freddie Mercury, it could be Ella Fitzgerald, it could be Axl Rose, it could be Placido Domingo. Nobody knows. Whoever works for you. Now try to feel their vibe, try to feel their energy. Ready, Raza? Ready, Gabia? Ready? Ready, Mante? Ready? I love it when you
Sing.
Opa. See, this is good fun. We're bringing all those people to the space. Love it when you
Sing.
That's what song is about. I'm missing the sing. Sing.
Sing.
When you let it all out. Sharing more than just space. Sing.
Sing.
Holding more than just notes.
Sing.
Long far together. Yeah, you have magic within. Sing, sing, sing. I love it when you sing. Yeah, we need you all to sing. We love it when you sing. We need you all to sing. Yeah, I love it when you. I'm still missing the sing. I can't move on unless I check the last thing. Sing. Yeah. All right. Now this may seem very simple and trivial, but we are having fun. I feel the emotion in this room has improved 300%. We are smiling, we are moving, we are jamming. We are leveraging our mirror neurons in an extraordinary way by demonstrating empathy towards each other's movements, towards each other's emotion. And at some point in this moment, you don't know when, you understood that this thing we're doing is ours. It is no longer mine. It is something that we are co-creating. And that is only possible because we feel safe and we can have fun in this space. So the question is, can we take that energy and expand it outwards? What do you think? Are you ready for more? I see Gabia's got it. Ready, Gabia? I got a question for you. Here we go. Oh, won't you dance with me?
Okay.
Oh, won't you dance with me?
Okay.
Oh, won't you dance with me? Oh, won't
okay.
You? Oh, won't you dance with me? I love your moves. I love the way you shake it. I love the moves, yeah. I love the way you shake it. So what I'm thinking now, we play an old Lithuanian folk game called Jurgelis, Jurgelis Meistralis. Ready? Gonna try it. Oh, you sveiki taip darykit, kaip Gabija daro. Jūs sveiki taip darykit, kaip Gabija daro. Oh, you sveiki taip darykit, kaip Gabija daro. The notes? All right, but show us. You've got the good moves. Come on, show us some good moves. Tika down. Yeah, yeah. Very nice. We got that. And you probably have to go like. Nice. Oh, you sveiki taip darykit, kaip Rasita daro. You sveiki taip darykit, kaip Rasita daro. Okay, we all leave the room. No, okay, good. Cheers. How's this? Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, you sveiki taip darykit, kaip Mantukas daro. You sveiki taip darykit, kaip Mantukas daro. Oh, you sveiki taip darykit, kaip Mantukas daro. Oh, you sveiki taip darykit, kaip Mantukas daro. Yeah. Good. I love it. And Robertas, now it's your turn. Have you got something special for us? But before he comes on stage, let's do one thing. Let's charge him up with positive energy. 1, 2, 3, everybody go. Oh, you sveiki taip darykit, kaip Robertas daro. You sveiki taip darykit, kaip Robertas daro. Oh, you sveiki taip darykit, kaip Robertas daro. Oh, you sveiki taip darykit, kaip Robertas daro. Yeah. Oh, very good. Sandro, checking in with you. Where are you? From your name, I judge you must be somewhere in Italia. Is that right? Is that right? Are we ready? Okay, everybody with Sandro. Come on. Bam. Like Sandro. Like Sandro. Like Sandro. Gonna move it up there. Like Sandro. Like Sandro.
Are you talking to me?
To you. You're not Sandro? What's your name, guy?
Oh, yeah, Sandro. Yeah, that's my name. That's right.
Hey, Mambo.
But here, Karina, she's the best one.
She's the best one? Sandro,
yeah,
where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? Where are you calling from?
We're
here in Vilnius.
Lithuania, from Vilnius.
Oh, you're in Vilnius. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I thought Sandra thought Italian, something or other. Very good. Okay, what's her name? What's her name? Bring her close. Bring her close. We haven't given you a kiss. Come here. Tell us your name, and we're gonna bring you into the space. Come. What's your name again?
My name is
we
Karina.
have to. Karina? Karina?
Yes.
Karina, come close. Come closer. Everybody come closer. We need to bring her into the group. Right. Come. We're going to give you a kiss. Come. Karina. This is a COVID-free kiss. We're going to give you a kiss. 1, 2, 3. It's very important. It's very important that we all feel equal in this space, that we can all contribute, and that there's no necessarily, I'm facilitating this space, but we are all equal in this nonsense. We can all have fun. Ready? So we're looking at Karina, looking at Karina, looking at Karina, looking at Karina. Karina, give us your move.
Oh,
give us your move. Give us your moves. Give us those moves. Now this is lovely. If you're having a good time, I need to hear you make a happy noise. Good. Very good. A very good happy noise. Now, I said that I would prove the power of collaboration. So, if this was just me just singing songs, this would be really boring. But with your contribution, this becomes a different kind of experience. We are creating value through trust by leveraging human connection and human emotional needs to create a better experience. And so my question right now, after this warm-up, is to you. Wanna make some music together? Yes. Wanna make some music together? Gonna make some music together. We're gonna make some music together. Very lovely. Now we're gonna do the following. Let's start with the rhythm. You need to put some rhythm on this so it sounds nice. Try the claps. We're gonna sing the following, right? We're gonna test your multitasking skills because you have to hold the rhythm. Are you holding it? This is called a snare usually. I don't have that. You need to put it in there. Exactly. Gotta sing. Hey, oh, hey, oh, go. Hey, oh, go. Hey. I need to hear the voices. It doesn't matter. Gonna make some music together. I'm singing your part. Gonna make some music together. Go. Oh. Gonna make some music together. Now we will all agree that this music is by far not professional. But we are prototyping music, ladies and gentlemen. We're not doing this for money at the moment. We're doing it for the sake of making music, which is the same thing that you are all doing in this hackathon. But we will find a business case. Let's do something interesting. Let me ask you to contribute by saying and mentioning the pitch that you personally liked the best, which was not yours.
Be right.
Oh. No, what's the Cambridge guys? I can't remember the name.
All right, we have one. Who else?
I speak.
Yeah, I speak.
Mini Shopas was my favorite.
Cool.
We like all.
You like them all. They're all amazing. Adele, you ready to contribute? Which one did you like the most of all the pitches? The question is, what pitch did you like the best? Which one did it for you? Which one did you say, if it wasn't mine, I wish it was mine? Tell us. She's not present, she doesn't hear us. that's okay. Let's give her a kiss just because she entered the space. That's what we do when people enter the space. Let's give her a kiss. 1, 2, 3. Mwah. Da, 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 da.
She looks
so
confused.
Lovely. 2. Number 2. You have to tell us which was number 2. I've 2. Which one was number 2? Who will remind me? Who will tell me which one? Which one? Which one? Try this exercise right now with me, because we're in a state of musicality, but I want you to release your voices. And you have been having fun with me in this space for the past 15 minutes, and I'm glad, I'm super happy. But I would like you to take some of this beautiful musicality and put it deep inside you, to integrate it. And I would like you to express joy, joy out into the world. So I would like you to sing with me, sing, whoa, oh, 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 oh. Try.
Oh, 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 oh.
Let's go. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Go.
Oh, 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 oh.
Especially need Adele to sing, because what I want to happen is your colleagues who are around you to go, why are you having so much fun? Why is Roberta's, why is Mantas, why is Rasa, why is Gabi having so much fun? So give me a wow!
Wow!
Oh, that was very silent.
Whoa!
Yeah! Yeah, well, I'm frozen. If you don't unmute yourselves and you don't sing, I can only see from your eyes what is happening. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Sing it with me. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. And one long one. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. To know that we experienced flow. Now, I really believe that music is a beautiful metaphor for people getting along really beautifully. There is harmony, there is rhythm, there is coherence, there is balance, and we have created that in this space, which is really, really beautiful. And we have created it without competition. Not a drop of it, just collaboration, just working together. And that's really beautiful. So before I play a last song, I would like to return to a really reflective mood. I'm gonna ask you to sit up straight one more time. Sit up straight one more time. You're gonna take a deep breath in and we're gonna exhale again, but I'm gonna put something in your minds, incept your hearts with this message. Ready? Here we go. Breathe in, breathe in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And know that while you hold your breath, there are other people all over the world holding their breath. And when you will release it, there will be people harmonizing with the sound of your voice. Exhale. There they are. Look at the two girls came back. This is really crazy. This is like playing musical screens. Bravo. Okay, now the question for all of you. I'm not sure how much more time you need me on this call. Why don't you tell me how much time we still have? And we can play serious music. We can play play something beautiful together. And I will actually take requests. What would you like to hear? What kind of music would you like? What kind of music do you think will fit the mood? Tell me, what would you like? You want something fun? You want something beautiful? You want something pop? You want something Latin? What do you want to hear? What do you think would actually fit the mood today? What do you think would actually make you feel nicer? That's my question. What have we got? Tell me.
Something energizing before the final result.
Something energizing before the final result. Okay, let's do this one. Gonna sing. Ho, ho, oh, 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 oh. To yourself. Oh, ho, oh, 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 oh. Try. Ho, ho, oh, 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 oh. This is therapy. Ho, ho, oh, oh, I came to the party, I came to say hello. I came to the party, I came to say hello. Hello. I came to the party, but now I have to go. Oh, 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 you know it's time to go. Oh, 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 you know it's time to go. Oh, 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 you know it's time to go. Oh, 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 oh. And though I played my part, though I played it well, you know I'm gonna burn in hell. And though I did my best, and I've got lots to show, time claims us all, and it's mine, yours, ours. It's time to go. It's time to go. You know it's time to go. Oh, 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 oh. You need to sing that part, it won't sing itself. The oh-ohs belong to you. Yeah, and if you don't sing them, they won't sound the way that they should. Here we go. Oh, 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 oh. You know it's time to go. 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 You know it's and though I played my part, and though I played it well, you know I'm gonna burn in hell. And though I did my best, and I've got lots to show, time claims us all, and it's mine. It's time to go. It's time to go. You know it's time to go. You know it's time to go.
Oh no.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. There still has to be some degree of quality control, or else this doesn't count. You know it's time to go. Oh, 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 oh. You know it's time to go.
Oh, 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 oh.
You know it's time to go.
Oh, 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 oh.
You know it's time to go.
Oh, oh, oh.
You know it's time to go.
Oh, oh,
I would like to give away a special special prize to everybody who has contributed on this call. Because I think that reciprocity is one of the most important things. And actually, Robertas is winning this whole thing, actually. What I'm offering, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if the hackathon will be gamified. I will offer a 3-minute online serenade to you if you earn it whenever you need it. Perhaps you need to tell a girlfriend you love her. Perhaps you need to tell your boss you're sorry you were late. Perhaps you need a raise at work. Perhaps you need someone to sing and fix your day, yeah. Because I believe in reciprocity, I'm gonna gift you a serenade, yeah. 3 delightful minutes of music that are completely heart-made. So let's earn it, gonna sing, oh, 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 you know it's time to go.
Oh, 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 oh.
You know it's time to go.
Oh, 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 oh.
You know it's time to go.
Oh, 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 oh.
You know it's time to, into the rhythm. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, get into the rhythm, get into the flow. Get into the rhythm, get into the flow. You can move, you can get yourself, come on, Aida, you're here. We're gonna give you a kiss as well. Because that's the way we welcome people into this space. And we're gonna do the traditional Lithuanian Kurjus surankos. Yeah, so everybody's like, yeah, woo. That's good, that works, all right? And we're gonna build it up, we're gonna do, you know it's time to go. Oh, 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 you know it's time to go.
Oh, 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 oh.
You know it's time to go. You know it's time to go. You know it's time to go. Oh, 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 oh. You know it's time to.
Oh, 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 oh.
You know it's time to go. Oh, 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 oh. You know it's time to. And I want to hear the go from all of you unmuted at the same time. 1, 2, 3, go.
Go.
All right. So I will be handing out today a 3-minute serenade to Robertas from Simply Advanced. But I will also give a 1-minute pasveikinimas. How is pasveikinimas in English? A pasveikinim, right?
Congratulations.
No, it's a pasveikinim. Yeah, I'm gonna, if you want to cash it in, it's as good as cryptocurrency. You have a 1-minute pasveikinim from me. You can use it for a birthday party, or you can use it for somebody who's having a bad day. And that second and third prize goes to Mantas and to Aida for coming in last minute on the call. Last minute on the call. Yeah, you came in last minute on the call.
No, it wasn't. We just were without the cameras, but it wasn't on the last minute.
But you know, it doesn't count if you're not present and we don't hear you. But I would also give the same thing to the people from Informed Games. Adele is right there. And what's the name of the other guy right there? I really loved it that you came out. This is really lovely. Very good, very good. So the 3 of yous are getting these special 1-minute, typical Lithuanian heartfelt pasveikinim. Very good. Are you happy? Happy? Good, good. We're gamifying this whole thing. That's really, really lovely. So right now, what I would like to do, we see that Andris Milinavicius is returning to the room. Can we get a big thank you to him and the whole EdTech Hackathon community? Can we get a thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah, turn your cameras on and give these people some love. We're gonna sing it. Thank you. Go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
And thank you, Jurgis, for this amazing improvised super mega show that you just did. Thank you so much. And what is that I see behind you? Is that a palm tree?
I am in Ibiza. is such a beautiful island. I'm gonna get in that pool right after we close this transmission. Yeah, I'm gonna get wet and I'm gonna make you drool with envy that I'm in warm weather, unlike Lithuania right now.
It's very warm here, by the way.
You've disarmed me. Actually, it's really warm right here with all this human affection, all this love. And for that reason, before I go, I would like to say one last time, thank you very much for proving that collaboration actually may have an edge over competition in many cases where we are trying for social innovation and business innovation and all kinds of other innovation, because we're actually thinking about other people and the effect we have on them and not just on the way that we get on top of one another. And that is my message for you today with music and everything. And again, we have Vladas Lashas on the call. I cannot see him and not say thank you and send him a lot of love. Vladas, we love you. Mwah, thank you. And we also need to give a big thank you for Ruta. Mwah. And we also need to give a big love you to, how am I not going to say thank you to the rest of the community here. Vitanis, thanks you for hosting. And Sharune, next time you have to bring your drums, my man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jurgis Didžiulis. Let's give a round of applause to him. Okay. So we're back. We're back with EdTech Hackathon 2021 award ceremony, everyone. I'm sorry if it seemed that you have to wait for too long, but you can, I believe, guess that it was a very fierce discussions in the jury room. So that's why we took a bit longer than we expected. But before we get into the winner stage, I'd like to say a few more words. It was an inspiring week, everyone. 6 amazing days full of mentorship, development, and building inspiring ideas. Dear teams, once again, thank you for your passion. Thank you for your participation. We believe you are all the winners today. And now, allow me to invite the chairman of the jury, Šarūnas Dignaitis, to say a few words from the jury. So, Šarūnas, are you here with me? Yes, you are. So why did it took you so long? Can you say some feedback for the teams that everyone are here now looking at you?
Yeah, it was tough. There was some verbal fighting going on amongst ourselves, and so we had a great discussion because there were so many of you, and all of you did a great work. So we had to discuss quite a bit on who is the winner, and so we thank you very much for all the presentations. So I'm not announcing the winners, but as I understand, I have to say a few words and tell who is going to get a bonus prize first. So
well, it's a prize. We do have a prize, a virtual member or a special membership at the Sunrise Valley Science and Technology Park. So maybe after you say a few words for the teams that pitched, what do you think, or what do the jury members said about the pitches? Maybe some tips and tricks for the teams to remember for the future, and then let's give this prize to someone who is worth it.
Yeah, so we actually distinguished some teams, someone who only worked for a week and someone who obviously have been doing lots of work. So we had to distinguish those teams and think about that perspective, because otherwise it wouldn't be fair. Yeah, so that's a quick idea on how we chose our winners. So I could actually, will you invite the someone who's gonna tell the winners, or should I do it? Sorry.
Okay, Šarūnas, you have one very important job to do now, is to tell. So who gets the prize? A special membership at the Sunrise Valley Science and Technology Park.
Yeah, so sorry guys, so the special bonus prize goes to Hackaroos. So congratulations guys, you did a great
Hackaroos! prizes winners. Congratulations, team. And thank you once again for participating here. Okay, Šarūnas, I do know that there are some more of special prizes that weren't there before and weren't announced anywhere. Could you say a few words about that? And maybe Vladas will join you.
Yeah, of course. So as I said before, we had a few teams that were already doing great work before starting, before doing these pitches. So we are actually inviting 3 teams. One team being Be Bright, another team being Tobula Rasa, and another team being Soverio. So we invite to lead ban, which is investment angels, and to actually pitch for the investment angels. And Vladas has double checked you guys. He said you're not on the database yet, so you can do it. And yeah, we're inviting you to pitch your ideas to investment angels.
Vladas, would you like to add something?
Just to say huge thanks to everybody who is doing EdTech, and especially these really impressive 3 teams already progressing. And I hope to meet them in our Business Angels community. And together we can accelerate their success. Thank you.
Amazing. Congratulations. Be Bright, Tabula Rasa, and Soverio. So you're shortlisted to pitch in front of the biggest business angels network in Lithuania. Congratulations on that. And now let's move on to our next prize, the 3rd prize of €1,000 presented by the Guidehouse. And to announce the winner, I'd like to invite Airida Pranskienė to join me on the virtual stage.
I'm here. I'm waiting. I'm very excited to see a lot of people who are waiting for the 3rd place prize. So Guidehouse Lithuania, actually were not able to join all the sessions and all days, you know, even though we were with you guys in our minds, and definitely we're waiting for the best solutions to be announced. And I'm very happy about an amazing team who showed impressive results and impressive ideas, I would say. And the 3rd place is going to in skills. So €1,000, guys, for you. Congratulations once again for your energy, for your ideas, and for your time. I know how exhausted it was, but very, very happy to see, and congratulations in skills of the 3rd place.
Amazing. Congratulations once again. 3rd place goes to the team in skills.
Many thanks.
Yeah, would you like to thank your producers, your mom, your brother that supported you for a week, that you had so many things in common?
Yeah,
I
actually,
happy about results.
I would thank the team behind that, because we have people, they were working a lot on that. So I'm so grateful for the chance, like working with them and being a part of this idea, this initiation. And I really hope in the future we'll do bigger things. So thank you so much. Thank you.
The biggest thing would be if you would continue developing your solution, because it's totally worth it. Okay, Airida, we have more things to do today. So who gets the 2nd place prize, the €2,000?
Yeah, so, you know, I guess everybody is also, I know that everyone is waiting for the 1st place, right? But I just want to encourage and say that 2nd and 3rd place, you know, it's also a huge achievement, guys. So no matter if you're stayed on the 3rd or on the 2nd place, it's still the win, and it's still a huge contribution from all of you. And with that, I'm very happy to announce 2nd place and €2,000 prize from Guidehouse Lithuania, which goes to, are they having the, I can't see the camera is still off, so I would love to see, oh no, I see Adele. So that goes to Informed Games, and Adele and the team for sure. Congratulations, guys, you're amazing. And now we are waiting for a couple of words from you.
Thank you. We are really pleased. And there's lots of emotion actually, on the screen. There's not just me, but Vitas, who worked through this hackathon to develop our MVP. So we are going to celebrate for sure. And thank you so much for this acknowledgement of our efforts and of our plans for the future, because we are not going to stop. So thank you very much.
Congratulations one more time. Second place goes to the team Informed Games. Okay, Airida, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the prizes, and thank you so much for your support. Okay, guys, there's one thing left, right? And now let's invite the main person in this hackathon, Birutė Miškinienė, to join me on the virtual stage and to announce. So who is the winner of this hackathon, of this amazing 6 days long hackathon, and who gets the €3,000 prize, the throne, the I don't know, everything. This team takes everything from this hackathon. So, Birutė, do you hear me well?
Yes, I do. Even being in the room next to you.
Why did you spoil it? Damn it. Okay, Birutė, you're the main person behind. You're the main person behind this amazing event. Would you like to say something before we announce?
Of course I do. By listening to all those announcements and by listening and seeing the pitches, I can say that I feel nervous as well, even by announcing the first place. But I think that that's a really good time just to thank everyone for participation firstly. And on behalf of Vilnius University Business School, I would like to say that I am very excited and really happy seeing the quality of the EdTech Hackathon and the progress on it, because that's the third hackathon. And I would like to say that, everyone, we had amazing week, and week of brilliant ideas, passion, stress, and learning process. So I was feeling that dynamic all the time. And really, I think that we are in a very good way building the EdTech community by having our partners and sponsors, mentors, speakers, jury, and of course the excellent and experienced moderator, Andrius. You are an excellent one. And yes, so all applause and our emotional vibes going to you. And of course, that's the time to say all the thanks and gratitudes to Vilnius University Business School EdTech team. I think that we have a wonderful team who was leading you all this week. And so I think that the emotional moment is already there. And I would like to announce the grand award of €3,000 given by Transform, Game Changers in Education. It goes to Team I Speak.
Congratulations! First place, grand prize goes to the Team I Speak. You guys are awesome. So now it's like 3 minutes for your winner's talk. Would you like to thank someone?
No, we are very humbled by this. Just the team, and we want to thank the teachers that were behind this and that helped us, that lent their ears, and they were very honest and collaborated with this, because without them, I mean, we could have been able to achieve this. And to the rest of my team who's not with us right here, to Uval in Nepal and Aldrius at home. So thank you, everybody. It's lovely being with you.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again, you're the winners. And now they have a very tough job to do, is to carry the winner hat,
Sure.
you know, and to be mentoring next year in our next EdTech Hackathon. Can you promise that?
I'll certainly do. We will certainly do.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to also use a moment to thank our sponsors and partners. Our main sponsor of this event is Western Union Lithuania. Also, huge thanks goes to Transcom, Guidehouse, City of Vilnius, Vilnius Educational Improvement Center, Sunrise Valley Science and Technology Park, EdTech Lithuania, Startup Lithuania, Vilnius University Tech Hub, and our communication partner, 15 Minutes. Thank you to each and everyone who participated, to all the mentors, partners, people behind the screen. Together, we have created a truly exceptional event. I'm Andrius Milinavičius, and it was my absolute pleasure to be your host for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Stay cool, stay inspired, go develop, and never stop changing the world to the better side. Only together we can make a real impact, and I hope see you all next year. Let's applaud.